Single, desperate, and lonely. But hey, sometimes being single is not that bad, because when you're single, you're free of a lot of distractions. But then there are times when we feel a little desperate. So today, Jin Hui, I'm going to evaluate your speech based on the clarity that you displayed as a single man, and some points in your speech where I felt that you made me feel that you were a little desperate. Now, firstly, Jin Hui started with a very catchy introduction. He started with a self-depreciating joke. He made us all feel very easy, and it helped us all ease into the rest of the content of his speech. I thought that was great for introduction. It helped to break the ice with the audience and helped to let the rest of his points flow. The next point that was really clear was how he told a lot of stories in his speech. And stories are always one of the most effective tools when it comes to selling your points across to the audience. In Jin Hui's case, telling a lot of personal stories made him feel very human, and we could relate to most of his stories for some of us. And finally, Jin Hui, of course, was a very humorous person. His content was humorous, and humor was one of the key strategies that I thought really helped to break the ice with the audience. Humor helps us make us all feel at ease, and we were able to understand all your points very clearly, and we had a great time, right? All of us did. Now, let's look at the points where you made me feel that you left me feeling like you were a little desperate now. Firstly, let's talk about the delivery of your punchlines. You know, in a joke, there's always the setup, there's always the punchline, and the star is your punchline. Jin Hui, there are moments when I felt that you were going really, really fast, to the point where I wasn't too sure whether you have already delivered your punchline or whether or not you were still trying to set us up for a punchline that has yet to be delivered. For example, the part where he was talking about certification, his key punchline was the idea that participants are not certified, but yet he mixed it up together with telling us of how trainers are certified and the course is certified, and he mixed it up. So I thought that point I didn't catch too clearly. Or how about the part where he talked about the tissue paper? The star was definitely the part where his friend took out the tissue paper and said, "Of course I have," and put it down. But his tissue paper was over there. My suggestion, put another one in your pocket and say, "Yes, I have a reservation." So that you don't have to go there and get your other pack of tissue paper. Prepare yourself in advance. Your punchline is the star. The next thing, let's talk about the links between some of the points that you shared. Let's talk about the part where he talked about his son. He was saying that he really wanted to have a son, but it seemed as if he was sharing more about, you know, what are some of the hopes he had for his son, some of the aspirations he had for his son, rather than showing us the link on how it made him feel very frustrated. Or how about the part where he said he didn't understand women, and he was telling us about the tissue paper instead, unless you're saying that women are like tissue paper, you know, soft and... And finally, the last one would be the organization of your speech. Jin Hui, you're sharing your speech in a series of punchlines. It seemed as if I was watching a comedy show. And I felt that if you had chosen a few key points instead and not tell us so many stories, I felt it would have been more cohesive overall. So Jin Hui, you may be single, you may be feeling desperate, but with a personality like yours, I'm sure you are not a lonely person. Back to you, contest chair.